All of government services as they are delivered to us as citizens and taxpayers will be done digitally and online. So there'll be no more forms, no more paper, no more offices and no more call centres. And it's going to look something like a social networking profile. Michelle, who's 17, she's a school student, she's doing her A2s, so it's a record of all of her transactions.
I always enjoy seeing the crowd's reaction to an application like this. Yes, this technology has great potential, but to what end?
It would just make my life easier. I spent 3 days, 40 minutes each day about 2 weeks ago trying to find out my tax code. It was painful. I would love to be able to have something which would just give me all that access in one.
I got a bit of a chills when I saw that. My heart started beating in my throat. But this is kind of a leap forward. This is not a step. I really don't think that the English government is ready for this.
The UK government is quite good at cybersecurity, but they do understand how to protect information systems because they've had to do it for donkey's years, and we're kind of seen as a bit of a global leader in this space.
The extent to which you are profiled by business and the extent to which you're surveilled by government will be the dominant privacy questions at the next general election or around that time. And that will be a conversation about choice versus compulsion. The extent to which you have a choice over your personal data and how it's used, and the extent to which you have no choice, no right of consultation or anything like that. So that's going to be the big debate.
I want to move on to another topic, an interesting one about artificial intelligence and the automation of work around it. Demir, do you have any opinion on that, on the automation of work? Is it a bad thing, a good thing?
There's definitely going to be a period of time that we need to adjust to this job loss that will happen. I think out of that there will also be other types of jobs or new opportunities that will, if we are careful, we can shape. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a long-term effect. We could manage it if we were talking about it and thinking about what else can we do, what are the new skills that we need to pick up, what are the new type of interesting things that we could do. We might be able to manage it in a longer term.
Bit of a question on the AI piece that you were saying about when machines would reach human levels of intelligence. I was listening to a podcast recently that had said that instead of it reaching a human level of intelligence, it would exponentially surpass that.
At some point that will happen, so the big question is, will there be a measures taken ahead of that to ensure that it's done within a certain framework, possibly with some rules like don't be evil.
Who would define those rules?
Well, that's the difficult question. I was hoping you wouldn't ask that.
There is a lot of talk about, well, Skynet's the best example, the machines taking over and enslaving the humans. The fact that we're all sitting in the room having this debate, we're actually quite good as a species at staying alive. We've invented any number of things that can kill us, from one person to many millions, and we're still here. So, for once, I have a sense of optimism that we'll probably somehow fiddle our way through it.
Might create a backdoor, shut down the machines.
I'll hack them otherwise, yeah.